Shabbat Shalom. All right, first of all, let me apologize for the clutter in the background. I'm literally clearing out a lot of stuff. I was given instruction to get rid of everything that I don't need, and even some of the things that I think that I need. So what you're seeing is me. I was in the middle of sorting things out and being obedient and taking care of business when Ruach HaKodesh started speaking to me. And first and foremost, let me address that. A lot of times our physical life is a manifestation of our spiritual life. So if your spiritual life is, if your physical life is full of a lot of junk and clutter and just unnecessary things, for instance, I have a pile right here to the right hand side of me on the floor of things that I purchased and I never wore. Some of this stuff still has tags on it, and I'm carrying it around in my trunk knowing that I'm never going to wear it. So why am I still holding on to it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times our physical life is a reflection of the condition of our spirit. So as I'm going through this stuff and I'm putting the stuff to the side that I'm not going to keep, my Ruach, I can feel my Ruach becoming lighter, and it's also a revelation that Ruach HaKodesh has given me. And please understand, this is not what this video was supposed to be about. But it was something that Ruach HaKodesh said in the moment. Excuse me, because it's a little warm in here. Turn this air on. Oof. Thank you. Yeah, it's got real warm all of a sudden. But yeah, so it's a chance for me to praise Abba Yah, because he's showing me that he's cleaning up my Ruach. He's cleaning up my spirit. And it's showing, because everything that happens in the physical is a manifestation of what's already happened spiritually. So because in my physical life I'm now decluttering myself, it means that Abba Yah has already decluttered my Ruach, my spirit. So that is a chance to give him praise. Now, on to what it was that he actually he was downloaded into my Ruach. So he was talking to me about, wow, maybe this is what he wanted me to talk about. I should have wrote it down, because I promise you, he was downloaded into my Ruach, and then I started talking about this, and now it's like I cannot remember what it is. If it was meant for me to say, he'll bring it back to me. It might be more than one video. Who knows? We're not going to stress about it. I do know that, excuse me one moment. One of the things that he was talking to me about was how in this season he is reordering his church with a capital C. Not the building, but his body. He's reordering, he's repositioning. Basically, he's revealing to his children their true callings and their true anointings, because we've had too many man-made ordinations and too many people placing mantles on their lives that were never meant to be there. So if your brain starts sending just random signals to the different members of your body, not really with instruction, just, or if they all just decide they're just going to do their own thing and they're not listening to the signals that the brain, that's a better analogy. So if the members of your body, your arms, your legs, your feet, your fingers, your mouth, your eyes, all that stuff, if they stop listening to the signals given by the brain to do this, do that, and do this, and they start trying to be something that they're not and do stuff that they're not meant to do, your whole body is just going to start twitching or seizing, which is a better way of, so you're going to start seizing. You're going to go and you're going to have seizure. You know what I'm saying? Like you are going to seize, twitch uncontrollably, because your body don't know what to do. So, and this is nothing like, please understand, epilepsy and seizures and all that stuff is very serious. So this is not a joke against that. I'm just saying, this is just the analogy that's going on. So he was talking to me about that, and then he said there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Then he went on to say, and some of you are trying to be chiefs and Indians. You can't be both, okay? You can either be a chief or you could be an Indian, but if you take his spot, as chief, understand that there's responsibility that comes with that. He's the one that takes care of the kingdom of darkness on our behalf. So if you try to take on the role of chief, you now are going to be standing directly in opposition to the kingdom of darkness. Are you able to handle that responsibility? Because if you're not, you need to back, give Yahuwah 50 feet and allow him to be Adonai and stop trying to be Adonai. Thank you, Rock Hakodesh. The other thing that he was saying to me was, too many of us are trying to change ourselves. Too many of us are trying to listen to self-help gurus and inspirational mentors and whatnot. And he said, submit thyself unto him, resist the devil and he'll flee. Change does not come without submission. If you are not submitting to him, you will not change. Hence, I was born like this. This is how he created me to be. Now here's the thing. There's some truth in that, because he did place in us different elements of who we were meant to be in his kingdom, and then the kingdom of darkness comes in and seduces us into following their instruction instead of Yahuwah's instruction, and then next we know the things that Abba Yah placed in us have been perverted for the will of the kingdom of darkness. So there's some truth in that. However, he is removing the contaminants from who he created you to be. So yes, being loud and bold might be how he created you to be, but allow him to show you how to do it for his kingdom, because there's a proper way to be bold and there's an improper way to be bold. Being truthful is for his kingdom, but there's a proper way to be truthful and there's an improper way to be truthful. And most of this stuff goes back to your motive. What is your heart motive behind why you're doing these things? Okay? So he is the one that is changing us. And I'm not going to lie to you, I completely forgot. I think maybe the first thing that I said was what he really wanted me to say, because he was downloading the other stuff into my Ruach, but then when I sat down, it was something totally different that came out. So listen, let's go back to that first thing, because the second thing, yeah, we're just going to throw that out the window. I mean, listen to it, but, whatever. So the first thing, decluttering. That's a praise. That is a whole full-on praise, because like I said, I'm sitting here and I'm going through stuff and I'm like, I don't wear this. I don't need this. Get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? And just, I'm getting excited because I'm feeling relieved that I don't have to hold on to this stuff anymore. There's stuff spiritually that we are holding on to that we don't have to hold on to. You feel me? Don't have to hold on to that. You're holding on to it out of fear. And sometimes it's not fear of losing it. Sometimes it's fear of, I'm going to need it and I'm not going to have it. So what? He is Jehovah Jireh. He provides every single thing that we need. And here's the most beautiful part about it. When you let go of the things that you don't truly need, he always sends the things that you do need. There's a lot of us praying for things that he's waiting to send to us, but he's not going to send to us because there's no room. Our vessels are designed to hold, to carry only but so much. And he leaves it up to us of how much of him versus how much of the world is in this vessel. the more of him we let go of, the more of the world we do get. The more of the world we let go of, the more of him we get. But there's only so much that our vessels are designed to carry. Okay? That's like a bucket. None of us expect a bucket to carry the ocean, or at least the totality of the ocean. We know that it's the ocean whether it's in the bucket or it's the ocean. However, it's not the totality of the ocean. It's only a portion. He designed each one of us to only carry a portion of him, because he is an infinite God. Okay? But we out here trying to carry him and the world, and that's just not going to happen. That's why a lot of us are confused, depressed, broke, busted, disgusted, ugly, nasty, bitter, mean, angry, disobedient, rebellious. You want to keep going? All of that comes from fear. Fear of letting go. Fear of needing something in the future. Because, listen, not saying it's not wise to plan to an extent for the future. But you plan today according to what Abba Yah has told you for the future. Stop trying to go into the future and plan for the future, because now you're taking the reins back and you're trying to be a chief again. You're trying to be a chief again. I see how you did that. You're trying to be a chief again. You were never designed to be the chief, just an Indian. You were never designed to be the shepherd, just the sheep. We are sheep. He is the good shepherd. And how much more joyful can we be and less stressed will we be if we stop trying to do his job in our lives for him? And I'm talking to myself, because I told you, you see what I got going on here. This is all stuff that he told me to do because, listen, apparently I had some clutter that I needed to get rid of, and he got rid of it, and now it's manifesting through, look, I need to let this go. I need to let this go. I need to let this go. I need to make room. Jonathan McReynolds has a song called Make Room. And it's, oh my God, one of the most beautiful songs. Matter of fact, I might find the link to the song and put it in the description of this video, because you need to listen to it. Listen to the lyrics. Google the lyrics if you have to. Don't just listen to the music and like really listen to what the song is saying. Where's my phone? Somewhere underneath all this clutter. Yeah, when I tell you I'm really like getting rid of some stuff. I gotta be obedient, because some of y'all ain't gonna listen. Some of y'all just gonna get in there and start grooving. So give me a second. I know the lyrics, but my brain, okay. That is not, y'all tripping. That is not what I typed in. There we go. He says, I find space for what I treasure. I make time for what I want. I choose my priorities. And Jesus, you're my number one. Now let's back that up before I go into the next part, which really he just repeats the same thing over and over again until he gets down to this part. But anyway, you find space for what you treasure. There are times when you know Abba Yah is calling you, but you don't want to do what he said, so you go do something else instead, because that's truly what you treasure. Think about it as a guy and a girl that's dating. Guy keeps calling and saying, I'm too busy to go on dates. I'm too busy to go on dates. I'm too busy to go on dates, because he got to work, or he got to help his friend, or he got to do this. He's finding space for the things that he treasures. And he's making time for what he wants. So when we give Abba Yah just a little bit of time in the 24 hours that we have, and yes, I do understand that part of those 24 hours will be asleep, but if we give him just this little sliver of time, and then we're like, oh, well, I gave you some time today. And then we're out there trying to navigate the rest of our life, and he's like, well, if you gave me more time, I'll navigate the rest of your life, and you can actually enjoy the things that's going on instead of being stressed and bogged down. And I'm like I said again, I'm talking to myself. I choose my priorities. Is he our priority, or is our job our priority? Are our children our priority? And I know some people are like, what, my child, I'm supposed to take it. Yes, you are supposed to take care of your child according to the instructions that Abba Yah has given you. Because realistically, he gave you that child or those children, so those are his children. He just allows you to take care of them here on this earth. So you need him, you need his instruction, because he knows who he created your children to be. So we still need him in parenting. Then he goes on to say, so I will make room for you. I will prepare for two. And what he means by that, he's not talking about being double-minded or being demonically possessed. He's talking about he's going to prepare to have the Ruach HaKodesh filling him, so you don't feel that you can't live here. I'm making space within me so you don't feel like you can't be here with me. Because if I got too much other stuff in here, then the Holy Spirit like, bruh, please live in me. Then he goes down here, my will, you can move that over. My way, you can move that over. My ego, you can move that over. My plans, you can move that over. My schedule, my itinerary, I will make room for you. My habits, my attitude, whatever it is that's not like you, whatever it is, you can move it over. And then he keeps going on and on and on. The song is beautiful. Like I said, I'll link it in the description to this video. The song is beautiful because it's truly what Abba Yah wants us to do, submit. And like I've said, well, like he had me say in other videos, he don't care if you got tattoos. He don't care if you have a drinking problem. He don't care if you have a lust problem. He don't care if you have a drug problem. He don't care if you cuss. He don't care about none of that. He's looking for people who are willing to submit, because when you submit to him, change comes. When you submit to him and you spend time in his presence, and I'm talking about intentional time, not accidental, you know, I don't have nothing to do between getting off work and going to the dentist, so let me read my Bible real quick. I'm talking about you're on your lunch break and you're reading your Bible. I'm talking about you're at work and all of a sudden you hear him speak and you stop working and you do what he said, because sometimes he'll do that. I'm talking about all day long, intentional. Even setting aside an intentional day, time period. You know, on the Sabbath, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because I've realized that on this day that I have agreed to set aside for him. That's when everybody wants to call, text, has a problem, give bad news, all this stuff. So you know what? Since you're not going to respect the fact that this is the day for me and Abba Yah, totally together, no distractions, then I'm just going to get rid of the distractions on my own. How bad do I really want to spend time with him? There's times I get off work and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm just saying he wants those who are seeking him in this season. So yeah, all this stuff that's going on right now, you can't even see half of it. And the tub of clothes that I'm washing is down in the laundry room right now. But yeah, I'm being clean. He's cleaning me out, you guys. He's cleaning me out. And my prayer is that you begin to seek him so he can clean you out too. He regulates your mind. He fixes your heart. And when your heart is fixed, your perspective of a lot of things changes. No matter what you got going on in your life, please, please, please seek him out. He will not turn you away if you seek him out. I promise you, he's not going to turn you away. The voice in your head, or even the external voices that are saying, you can't do that, God ain't gonna take you. That is the kingdom of darkness. Stop listening to that voice. Okay? There has never once been a person that has truly sought out Abba Yah that he has turned away because they had a tattoo or they cussed or they did this, that, and the other. He doesn't want you to come to him perfect because he will perfect you. He just wants you to come to him willing. Willing. I gotta go downstairs and check on these clothes. But yeah, he stopped me. This is what he wanted me to say, apparently, because that other thing, I don't know. I know I spoke a portion of it, but the rest of it was just gone. It's just, maybe that was just for me, and he didn't want me to say it. He does do that sometimes. Listen, I'm not perfect. I sit up here, I promise you. Like, I know he be looking at me sometimes like, my daughter, what I'm going to do with her? But listen, seek him, okay? Seek him. Especially in this season with all this stuff that's going on in the world, seek him. This is not a time to not seek him. Seek him. All right? And don't seek him because I told you to. Seek him because you want to. Seek him because you need to, okay? And again, you'll get to the point. I know I've mentioned that, do we ask him about him and all that other stuff? Listen, if you don't start off asking him about him, if you only come to him and you're telling him about what you need, what you got going on, understand. In time, through the maturation of your relationship with him, you will begin to ask him about him. Don't let that stop you either. Okay? The videos, the messages that he has me post, if they're not for you in the season that you're in, understand they'll be for you at one point in time or another, just not now. Just not now. Okay? Okay. Well, let me get back to what I was doing. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sabbath. I know I am. It's kind of sad that it's only one day. I wish it was 5. But anyway. Let me get back to what I was doing. Shabbat Shalom Alechem.